Hi all. Oops. Sorry. Hi all. So I'm Annesha Ghosh and here I'll be answering the 10 questions. First one. What makes you happy? Usually questions go from easiest to hardest, right? I think the reverse is going on here. What makes me happy? Um, well, the little things of life make me happy. For example, this coming back home and opening this is one of the biggest happinesses I can get. Then going to my balcony garden and seeing the hibiscus bloom after 3 whole weeks is a wow moment. Uh, then when I'm down, I usually, rehearse my acts, I do my pending voiceovers, I cook, I love cooking. I paint, I write. So, these things form my little bubble of happiness. A bubble that won't burst, I tell you. And of course, hearing the betterment of anyone in the world right now, be it my family or be it strangers, because it's right now so extremely needed. For example, one of the most happy news I got recently is that my mother's COVID negative report, she finally recovered yesterday. So you can understand how happy that makes me feel, how joyous I am right now. So yeah, these are the little things in life that make me happy. Question number 2. Okay, I'm looking down because I have this reference for the questions. Question number 2, your definition of true love. If you look into novels and films, true love is unrealistic. Look at Jack. Look at P.S. I Love You. Then we have Kal Ho Na Ho. I mean, they give us unrealistic expectations of a life partner. They don't happen. But coming back to reality, I believe that in any relationship, I personally believe that true love doesn't have to mean girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, or any life partner. True love can exist in any relationship, and in reality, for me, true love should have the following characteristics: trust, loyalty, respect. These three are the major things that define true love for me. And if any of these is not present, it might become a toxic relationship. So that's what I believe. That's what true love is for me. To whom you are closest in family and why? Do you ask for advice from family members and how often? Well, in my family, I'm closest to my mother. Why? Do I really have to explain why I'm close to my mother? She's my mother, right? What's explain? But okay, let me just say that since childhood, she has been my best friend, my closest, partner in sharing everything. I can tell her everything. When I had a boyfriend, my now husband. So when I had a boyfriend, I could tell her that, knowing that I might be scolded because of studies, but I won't be beaten up, or she trusts me to make the right decisions. She trusts in her upbringing, in other words. She's very liberal, she's open-minded, she tries to understand my viewpoint, and obviously, as you say, that since I trust her in so many things, I obviously go to her for many advices, right? So yes, in any relationship, all the time we can't be eye to eye on everything, right? So there have been times when she didn't like any of my judgment, but then she listened to me, and maybe she understood my point, or maybe I understood hers. So it has worked very nicely. So yeah, my mom's the best. Pranks and craziest things you have done inside and outside with school friends. I don't know if you'll believe this, but I'm a very, very obedient girl. I have always been a very calm. I know you might not believe this. I'm not saying I wasn't talkative. I'm telling I was one of the good girls. So I was not good at pranks. I mean, this is just to cover up the fact that I was a bad prankster. So, but yes, I was good at surprises. I've always been very good with surprises. I love giving surprises. But there is one crazy thing that we did, but it's not with school friends, it's with college friends. So, and my best friend from school was also there. So it's with all of my friends. So it was my parents' 24th marriage anniversary, okay? And we knew that we won't be there for the silver jubilee because we would be leaving town for our jobs. So what we did, so they were at their works, right? And so we bought our own groceries, because if I tell my mother that we need this, she'll obviously doubt. So we bought our own groceries. The first time I think we went to the market to buy groceries, and then we decorated the house, we baked the cake from scratch, we cooked everything from scratch, we helped each other. It was amazing. And my mother made a poppet out of me, because she, on that very day, had to come back home early. I mean, why? Ma, why? And we didn't know what to do. And the first thing she saw was that there were so many shoes downstairs. So she didn't doubt that much, because, आते जाते रहते हैं friends. So, but then our plan was going into haywire, right? It was gone. So what we did, so we had to manage that. Half of the surprise was gone, that we were up to something. We were in the kitchen, we were near the oven. So what we did, we sent her upstairs, like we forcefully sent her upstairs to my grandma, and we told her that you don't come down. We are doing something, but don't come down. At least I should keep half the surprise remaining, right? So yeah, it was grand. We played games, and my father came back home. He was on time. So my father came back home and they loved it. It was amazing, and it was one of the best days of my life. And even my friends say till now that it was one of the best days of their lives as well. So, okay. What's the important thing world needs right now? You might say vaccine. You might say air. Sadly, air is becoming deficient. But I think peace. Peace is what we need. And I'm not even talking about war and peace. Okay? I'm not talking about only world peace. I'm not talking about what's happening with Palestine, Israel. I am also talking about mental peace. Like the peace that, we should all have, we deserve. Every time, like, we wake up in the morning, we open the news channels, we see numbers, we see deaths, we see panic. We open up a news feed, we see panic. We ping our friends, we see panic. In stories, we see fire burning everywhere, like not literal, but our world is burning. We deserve some peace. I hope everything cools down someday soon enough, and everybody, we can just calm, relax, rest. We need that above everything else, don't you think? Yeah, that's my viewpoint. Okay. Is there anything you would like to change about yourself? Okay. First of all, I'm a foodie. And I told you I love to cook, right? So I'm a foodie. I love to eat, I love to cook, I love to cook, I love to eat, and there's that cycle going on. And the past 2 months have not been very good to me, but thankfully I'm blessed that my mother has recovered. I got COVID last month, I have recovered. So I really want to go back to my fitness regime or exercise a bit more, and I want to be fit. So I really want to change that about myself. I want to be one of those fit person. Okay, and secondly, I am very embarrassed to say this, but I am afraid of ghosts and cockroaches. Okay, so if you know any remedy to that, I mean, kids laugh at me. Anyway, they haven't seen Conjuring, maybe. Kids laugh at me. So if you know any remedy to that, please do let me know, please. And the third thing, well, I won't say I want to, get rid of it or change it, but maybe reduce a bit. So many people tell me that I have this habit of giving more than 100%, or thinking more than needed. So yes, I reply to them saying that since I am over sentimental, I also care for people more, which is true, but sometimes it's not worth it. I mean, sometimes thinking so much, sometimes from day one, and sometimes doing like too much from day one is not worth it. Like, we should do it and with progress and due time, right? So that is one thing I am learning with time and the progress. So yeah, which is better, arranged or love marriage? I mean, it depends, right? I think whatever suits for whoever. I have seen my friend who has broken up and who is now extremely happy in her arranged marriage. I have seen someone who had a love marriage which didn't work out. So, whatever works out for you. I mean, I have never seen myself, going through arranged marriage sites or telling my parents, to give ads or anything. But that's me. That's personally me. And it worked out for me, thankfully. But whatever works out for you, that's it. Okay. How's your equation with siblings and cousins? I don't know why. My parents thought that bringing another me to the world is not to their advantage. I am an angel, okay? I'm so great. But anyway, being a single child is good in some matters also, but I didn't have, someone to play with at home in childhood. And for cousins, well, it's a very interesting story because as I grew up, I had half of my cousins who were of the age of my uncles, like junior uncles, and I have the remaining half who were toddlers. So I was obviously pushed to this side, and so I was a standard 12 girl who was playing name place animal thing with standard 2 children. But it was fun, and now they have grown up and now we can share everything. We have a good bonding. I have my favorite cousin also, but I won't name her. Did I say her? Okay, but it's shortlisted. There are many hers. I won't name. And for the other batch, yes, since I've grown up, now I can talk to them also as their sister. So it's good now. It's balanced. What's the most embarrassing moment in your life? I hope this video doesn't get leaked. So what happened? I was complaining about a very annoying colleague to my friends, okay? And we are not going to the point why she was annoying anyway, but she was very annoying, trust me. And what I did, yes, I did that. I sent that message to the colleague about whom I was saying. Nice, right? So it was not just embarrassing, it was like, I felt like that Ramayana moment when Sita Ma said ki, Earth, please be apart, let me go. So I felt like that. I was so embarrassed. It was fatal, man. And you know why it was fatal? You can say, oh, you can delete WhatsApp messages. Yes, I can delete WhatsApp messages. But I remember that I have done this thing after she saw it. Yes, let's just move on to the next question. Best and worst things about having a smartphone and social media. So, best thing. Everybody knows the best thing. I live in Mumbai. My mom lives in Kolkata. My brother lives in Australia. Some of my brothers live, throughout India. My sister-in-law lives in Malaysia. I can connect to them anytime I want. Anytime. And yes, this video. Why am I doing this video? I got this through social media, right? What will I like? Virtual auditions, virtual programs, everything is happening through smartphones. The worst thing, well, one bad thing is that I find myself at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the night, just scrolling through feed aimlessly. So this is one addiction that has engulfed us. I won't say the youth. I also see my mother. So I won't blame the youth, and also this is helping in the present day, right? This smartphone addiction is giving us oxygen leads. This is giving us bed leads. This is a good thing. This good thing social media is being used for. But one of the worst things that I can say is the worst thing: social media hatred. It takes us 1 second to just blatantly write a comment or judging a person, but it might cause them a day of sadness. We don't think, we just judge. If somebody posts something, we just write a hate comment and we just go. We go with our day. But that person's day is ruined, right? So we don't that is one thing another I was talking about earlier. So we judge a lot nowadays, and it's very easy when we don't do it on face, because we don't have to, we can just hide behind a fake DP, and we can hide behind a user ID and a profile picture, and we can say anything to anyone. It doesn't matter, but it should matter. It should definitely matter. So we should all take our judgments properly, think properly, and with that note, I'm signing off. Please stay healthy, stay safe. That's more relevant nowadays, sadly, than have a great day. But please have a great day too. Thank you so much. This is Annesha signing off.